In the back. Any other questions? And we're not having watch night. And I would do two
Serve and
services.
Grow
No,
is
we're
what
not
you can
we're not tearing
expect
up
at
our
the House
cars
of
over no deer for you to
Reconciliation.
be at home.
Leadership, community, education, wellness, and participation is
Do
part
you
of our
have any
plan
more
for your
questions before I
spiritual
get
growth
started?
and success. Family and faith is a core value for the House of
That's okay. Is your
Reconciliation,
sugar up?
working
Is
to
your
help
sugar
people
up?
find their purpose. Want to make an impact
Yeah,
in the kingdom?
okay, that's
Ready
what's
to
going on.
tap
She
into
real
your
talkative
future?
today.
Meet us at the House Sundays.
Day off their medication. No, it's fine. It's fine. As long as they didn't see that the pastor shot a bird in the church, they'd be good. He used a 22. You got a question now. You just got here. How you have a question? You came in at 11:32. You got a question at 11:33. The church had a fasting day before you left the church when you came back, and it's on Wednesday. 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 Yeah, well, that's why you need to come to church sometime. We're so glad you're here. Everybody clap. Wednesday, that's the fast day. Yes, sir. And then I think in January we go on the fast too. All right? I want to thank everybody. I know that we're live. I want to thank everybody for your support, not only local here at the House of Reconciliation, and also to those that are in the area, as well as those that are in Greenville, and to our global connections, as well as our virtual campus. We had a couple of our virtual campus members that was with us on yesterday. We thank God for all of you and all of your support. The scholarship luncheon inaugural went off very, very well. We will have a recipient reception probably in April sometime. So that'll probably be, and you won't have to pay for that one. That one will probably be somewhere where we have somewhere we can have finger food and take pictures and celebrate those that are getting the scholarship. That is the luncheon of the Upstate Resource Center. For those who don't know, if you want to do something, you can do that. You can go to the House of Reconciliation and do it there. We are presently working on the other Givelify, PayPal for the House of Reconciliation. But we thank all of those businesses across the upstate and even some out of state and members in Ohio that gave to the scholarship program. So we're much grateful for that, and thank you for your attendance and your participation. I want to give a thank you to a Mr. and Mrs. Rooker that is out of Anderson, South Carolina. And you can text your friend and tell her parents she can watch this. We're a little bit late, but she can watch. They can see, because I enjoyed meeting them. And you never know. Don't never judge a book by its cover. Learn to always be friendly, and you will meet wonderful people. And I met two wonderful people on yesterday. Their daughter did a beautiful selection for us, and I got a chance to meet him, and he wants to work with us. I believe she's an AKA, and he is Omega, right? Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. He's an Omega. I won't call nobody else's name. There'll be some stuff going on. I don't want no marching outside the church. But I really met him, and he wants to partner and work together. So Mr. and Mrs. Rooker, thank you for coming. Thank you for attending, and thank you for your support. I'm honored that you can see, hopefully, and I'm not young, but young people going in the right direction. So I appreciate any support and just the wisdom that you have bestowed upon us. I am highly grateful. Now, to the audience that we have today, we're going to revisit some things, and this is the topic: money mad. And mad at my money, or mad at your money. This comes out of Proverbs 21st chapter, verse 5 in the English Standard Version. We're in the last quarter of the month, last month of the year. And here's the thing: most people do not have their financial situation in line. Here's the challenge: it's not going to get in line until you line up with your gift, your purpose in life. Making money is not building money. Money is there to stack, but money is also there to build something. Here are some of the things the Bible says, the plans. So I ask you, if you don't have a plan, or you're not working on the plan with yourself or with your spouse, whether you're single or married, what's the plan in January? January is the most hypocritical day. December the 31st is the most hypocritical day of the year because it's all kind of resolutions. Some sober, some not sober, some depressed, some undepressed, and that we make all these things that we're going to do. Here is the greatest thing, and I shared this with the office in the back. Here is one of the greatest failures with people. They don't write nothing down, and they won't follow a plan. And too many times our feelings, our emotions, our attitudes, our behavior, our lack of focus and lack of discipline has gotten in the way. Because most people don't plan for dysfunction. It just shows up. Here is where the plan come in. If you have a plan and your plan doesn't have dysfunction in it, then why are you addressing it? I'll give you this. Some will get it, some won't. Listen to learn, not to respond. Every time you respond, it takes something out of you. Every time you respond, it's a distraction to you. Because you've spoken out of the 4 elements that you have power to control. And so now you're not in line with your plan, your vision, or your goals. Because we respond to people who are not worth our conversation. You know how some people call you and you look at your phone and you just don't answer? You watch it ring or you press it and let it keep ringing but it's silent. That's what you're going to have to do going into 2023. Because some people, if you do an evaluation, many people who have been in front of you have hindered you because you've been dealing with their issues and not addressing your future. What you have in your home, in your spouse, in your fiance, whatever you have, has to be important. You can't solve mama's problems. You can't solve daddy's problems anymore. 2023 is a year to focus on you. And those that don't have vision, those that don't have dreams, those that only have hope, leave them be. I know a lot of preachers be mad about that. I got hope, but I got hope. You know, but here's the thing. Hope with no substance is a nightmare without a mind. You're going to have a plan. It says the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. This is why we do the church anthem, I am the seed. You have an innate inheritance. I am the seed that grows and advances. It's time now to advance. Some of y'all have had the same problems year in and year out. Stupid in 75, dumb in 96, crazy in 2005, locked up in 2012, and still crazy in 2022. And you still somewhere with that batty-eyed fool. You still trying to take a clown out the circus. Somebody says First Sunday, we just had communion. You're still trying to make something, now watch me, that only has hope with no substance. The Bible says hope is the substance. So what's the substance? What is he going to do? What is she going to do? How are things going to get better? I want to change. I hope to. And see, stop lying. 2023 is the time to stop lying on God. If God want me to have it, he'll give it to me. Did God give you that debt? Did God give you that debt? Did God give you that man? Stop lying on God. Y'all pick with y'all flesh. You was excited, Hercules. Oh, look at old brown sugar over there. Lord, look at old big lip Betty. Jesus, they just rocked my world. Your world been upside down ever since. Plans of the diligent, but everyone, here comes the separation. Everyone who hastily comes only to poverty. 2023 will be a year of separation from those that are realists and those who are hallucination. See, real people, they make decisions and they work to make it happen. And yes, my brothers and sisters, they fail. But failure teaches you how to find the next step. People who keep talking, how many of y'all, yeah, I'm going to cut that tree down. That tree 200 years old. I sure wish I had some money. You got black walnuts in your yard and you won't even sell them, and they are $18 a pound. Hello? Because you think somebody's supposed to give you something. Listen to learn, not to respond. You have given your energy to things that can pour nothing back into you. You want me to tell you how to separate? Say this. How does that help me and my family? How does that help me make money? If it don't help you and your family, and it don't help you make money, why are you listening to it? Well, how you gonna put me in the truck and I can't drive an 18-wheeler and I'm gonna get to the red light and scared to shift gears? But we going to Mississippi. Now let me help you out. Say this with me. Listen to learn, not to respond. So you know what that means? You're going to quit giving people a piece of your mind, because you ain't got a mind right now. Your mind all down the street with somebody. Your anger down there cussing somebody out. Your money over there with somebody because you was emotional that day and you had to have 15 cups of caffeine. Okay. You done went out and overspent already for Christmas. What's the difference between Christmas and January the 1st? Both of them bills come due. So why would you make a bill to celebrate something that didn't cause a bill? Do I need to say that again? Why would you go and celebrate a day and spend money on a day that didn't cause a bill? Now you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay your bills come January the 1st. Lord, I need a miracle. Lord, like, oh no. You got paid on the 1st and the 15th like everybody else. It's what you chose to do with your lot. Am I making sense? Now here's where we want to go in 2023. Say this with me. After being delivered, I have never sought how to be developed. See, many of us are men, but we haven't taught to learn how to be a husband. Many women have the body of a woman, but don't have the qualifications of a lady. See, when you become fully in God, and you become to get guided by God, He'll let you know everything in the street is not for you to chase. You barely have enough money for you. How you gonna support 9 babies and you can't keep a roof over your head? Well, that. Hold on. I got to do my Greenville thing right now, because y'all, I'm about to turn around, because that right there had a little hot sauce on it. Yeah. Y'all ain't got nobody pregnant, do you? Y'all ain't looking well. You all right? Okay, if you say we all right, because I'm going to make it up. After being delivered, here is one of the powerful things between a plan and poverty is being developed. But if you're not willing to be developed, then you're asking not to grow. Because the next level of knowledge that we need isn't coming from the side of the road. They don't teach this on television. You've got to get engaged in something. You want to be a better person. You want to be a better husband. You want to be a better businessman. You're going to have to go sit under the seat of great people. You can't look in the window and just figure out how it was made. You're going to have to measure something. And let me give you an example. Most people, I would hope, understands what kinetic energy is. You know what that is? You got, 5, 7 balls. The ones on the outside keep hitting. Money in many communities come in, but it goes out. There's no retention. Most people are really bright, really intelligent, but they have no retention. If you're going to be successful, you're going to have to learn how to develop retention. Because if not, money will come, God will bless, but you don't know how to keep. Because a set of values in a person is different. You know why? We think things qualify us to be people. Clothes don't make you. Shoes don't make you. Name brands aren't who you are. Where most people are failing is 2 things, and I asked some educators this the other day. The most underdeveloped thing in a person, and let me just make a clear statement. Most people are smart, some a little smarter and faster than others, but most people are smart. But do you know what? That's not enough. Ask me why. Your attitude, your behavior, your focus and discipline are things you have control of. Those are things that are shaped by your culture. Education presents you things that you don't know. Can I tell you 2 things that education deals with that most of us flunk out with? They only deal with your intellect and intelligence and your capacity to learn, to grow, and adapt to new formulas. The problem is it worked, but what worked then is not relevant now. Ask me how. How many? Who in here has an outhouse? Y'all know what an outhouse is? But you let your wife go to the outhouse? Okay. All right. If you want to let her go to the outhouse, why you let her hang out with stupid people? Because all stupid people do is clutter up the mind of good people. And so some people are the outhouse. Ain't nothing good in there. Yeah, I guess I need to speak. And see if it'll be different when I come back. Because all they do is bring you mess. So they come to your house with confusion, and then you come to your house with confusion, and you had peace in your house before this confusion came in. Because they want you to hear their problems, but they are not capable of addressing their own problems. And you don't address a problem now with your feelings and emotions. You address a problem now with your intellect and intelligence. How is this relevant to my future? How? You see what I'm saying? How does this make me smarter and wiser? How does this educate? Because here's where I am at as a pastor and a teacher. I have no desire for your reaction. That's what church people do. And they doing it, they find it up right now. They singing, everybody emotional, and people running around and spitting and popping. But here's the problem. Where's the information? Here is what God requires of you and I. There's nothing wrong with praise. There's nothing wrong with worship. We are all designed to let everything that has breath praise the Lord, because I know somebody out there ready to get it wrong. Here's the problem. Why would God give you intellect and intelligence and not want a good response out of you? Can I make it plain? Your clothes do not respond to who you are. That's what you purchase. What responds is your intellect and intelligence that separate you from the pack. It's not your beauty. Because let's get real. Some of y'all have dated some of the finest women y'all thought they were fine and didn't know that that thing was crazy as two left shoes trying to get out of the car. Yes, he was fine, girl. He had the eyes, the smile. He was either high yellow or chocolate or whatever, or plain vanilla. And you wouldn't give a dime to put him on the bus. Hello? Some of y'all have looked around and thank God that y'all didn't marry that person y'all thought you. But he had you. Whoo, whoo, when he called my name. Oh, when he say Clarabella, oh child, oh Jesus, oh Clara, oh child, I got to get myself together. Give me a fan. Oh Lord, he called my name. He come. Some of y'all done ran off the road. We almost got hit coming. I don't know what that man do. I started shooting his car. Oh yes, I did. Because if you're gonna tear up my car and you don't have no insurance, we finna have some trouble on the highway. I done lost enough cars to deers. I'm not going to lose a car to somebody that don't have insurance without an altercation. It's going to be an altercation. $275, I'm going home. I'm going to pay my fine when I go in. I see y'all in court. I tell them I was overtaken. You have to know now is your positioning time. I'm not what I wear, not where I live. This is only a moment on my journey. And those that can't handle your moment definitely can't handle your destination. There's some people upset with you because of what you've done and what you're doing and what you're getting ready to do. They become envious and jealous. Can I tell you why? They don't have a plan for themselves. When you start talking about where you went and what you did and what you're planning on doing, the people that can't do what you do, they get jealous. This is why you can't get in the space of everybody. The plans of the diligent, which means you pay attention to details, because after I have been delivered, no one has taught us that we needed to be developed. You're just not a man because you're 18 years old. You're just not a woman because you're 18 years old. You have to be developed. I understand you have your own mind, but if you can't feed yourself and you can't pay your taxes and you don't have no car, why you talking? And you got an attitude, you better go cut grass and work that off. You know what I'm saying? You want to pick your clothes, then you need to pull out the money out your pocket. So what they're doing is they're trying to break down the structure of parenting to feed a need that don't know where they're going. They don't know. If you know all that, get out of here. Because to me, you ain't nothing but a liability and a $1,500 a year tax write-off. I'll let that go to have my peace. Or I can sleep at my friends. Go ahead. I know how long that worked. What, about a day and a half? They mama them, you got to get out of here. How you going to leave your house and you don't even have a roll of toilet paper? But you got attitude for days. Maybe your mom and dad is scared of you, but you come talk to me, I ain't scared of you. I be not scared, boss. Because kinetic energy. You are receiving, you are intelligent, you are articulate, but you're not productive. Because there are no principles. There's no structure. There's no infrastructure. Can I make it plain? We're either creating change or we're being affected by change that's being created. You got to figure out which one of the spectrum you want to be on. I want to be an agent of change in my life. That means I have to go from a caterpillar. I have to go from a selfish state of mind to understand how to coexist. If you don't know how to coexist, you won't be productive. You got, because what you have seen, 99% of it wasn't right. How you saw your father talk to your mother, how you saw your mother talk to your father, how you saw what they had, but you didn't learn how they got it. Well, I wish I could help somebody. And you think you're supposed to be in a place that you can't stay. Ask me why. How can you stay in a place you didn't build? That's why the children of Israel couldn't cross over. They didn't want to do any upkeep. They didn't want to fight. They didn't want to be responsible. They just wanted what other people had, but wasn't willing to pay the price that other people paid. We were coming down the highway, and there was a conversation about homes of $700,000 and $800,000, and that's what, some people, not everybody, that's some people want. I said, no, do the math. Just take $700,000 and divide it by 30 years and divide it by 12. And I said, now you go and you add all the things, the taxes, you add the insurance. Lord, look at the interest rate. So somebody trying to impress you, and they're not even making $5,000 to $6,000 a month, but that's their house payment. Start small and build up. Quit trying to impress people. Because after a couple woos and ahs and all of that, somebody still got a payment for the next 30 years. Get something comfortable, something that you can grow, but don't buy anything to impress people. Does that make sense? Because then if you get sick, who's going to take care of you? I really think we ought to take that at the wedding vows. I'm still trying to figure out who wrote them. Through sickness and death, let's scratch through that one. Richer or poor, definitely not that one. To death do us part, let's put a question mark by that one. Huh? Well, they write their own vows now. And then when they get mad, they be like, you know what, I said that, but I'm going to put a line through that one. We're going to revise it. Here's what I'm going to close with you on as we prepare. My life is in neutral, which means my money is in neutral. And as long as your life and your money is not lined up together, you will always be in neutral. It's time to get away from the kinetics of receiving, not retaining, and not sowing. And you have to sow into yourself. And that's not with clothes, that's not with titles, that's not with position. It's with economics and equity. It's called a balance in life. And I said this actually to my oldest daughter. I said, I think she's 32, 33. I said, if you start saving $100 a month now, just $100 a month, until you're 65, you won't need anybody. You won't need Social Security. You won't need anything. If you take that money and position it maybe 3 to 4 times between now and then, and this is what I try to share with couples. We're trying to live a life that we haven't built. You build it because you build it off of something. See, hope is just wind in the air. When you're building, nobody knows what you're building. But if you save $100, $200 a month for you guys in your 20s, 30s, whatever, when you get my age, you won't need anybody. I say to people, you get 50 years in the workforce, generally from 15 to 50 in the South. Why is it you rushing to get a fixed income and no more than $800 to $1,100 a month. I'm trying to figure out what apartment can you rent. So what did you do? What did you do with your money? You just living life? This is the time to get smart and listen to someone who can help you. And so I said, no. I said, right now, because what we call struggle in the industry is called development. Because when you're being developed, it's a pruning season. There's some things, some behaviors, and some times that you can't go spend $60, $80 on the meal because you see what the Joneses are doing. You're not the Joneses. So I told when we were writing down, I said, so that person's going to be paying $5,000 to $6,000 a month for a house. After 1 or 2 cookouts, you might be gone. Can I get an amen in here? Okay? Because your life is in neutral, and when your life is in neutral, too many other people are connected to you, and everything that you're doing is neutralizing what you could do for yourself. This is a time to get re-educated, recertified. This is time to build a bigger footprint, because here's the thing. Here's what most of us have been taught. And let me go back to this disclaimer. What I'm trying to do is say this is not a ministry that's focused on what you look like. This is a ministry that want to give you the tools that you can respond to life and God in the right way. And that right way is this. We were brought up, and we're the heirs of people who survive. We have jobs, most of us. But here's what many people are not doing. They're not living. Ask me why. You have nothing to plant. You have nothing to plant. Everything that comes in, kinetically, got to go out. Hello? Am I? So someone has to say, hold on, brothers, hold on, sisters, y'all too smart for that. You can't be the seed of Abraham and be poor, broke, and hungry, and stupid, and dumb. That's not the seed of Abraham, that's the seed of Cletus. You are the seed of Abraham. This is a month to revisit your financial structure, not off your gross, off of your net. You see what I'm saying? I'm a pastor. Listen, I'm a pastor at heart. This is how I think. What good is a shiny pastor with broke people? This is my personal belief, and I normally don't give that. I believe the people of God should live better than me. If you don't have nothing, then that's poor representation of the kingdom. I have no interest to look like a Mississippi pimp, be clean and walk around and brush my necktie and all that. I don't even wear a necktie anymore. I want to make sure you have something for your children. And I will speak to you to the day I die about it's on you. Broke, dumb, stupid, and poverty, that ain't God's people. That's somebody in struggle. The Bible says, I come that you. So you got a choice. If you won't listen, you keep doing the same thing. And you're raised defected children. You perpetuate ignorance. How people cannot sit down and eat bread and meat without fighting at the table. What the is going on? Somebody cussing somebody out, somebody bumped somebody baby. Now it's a whole you just went to eat bread and butter? I mean, my God, we got to go to jail over that. So I'm not the one to tell you how great you are. I am a preparer so you can look back and say, you know what, that old bald-headed man was right. I didn't like nothing he said, but he sure taught me something. Now I got something. I got something. I believe, I don't know how you have a blessed church. I'm not talking about a building and poor people. It's your seeds. It's time to do something positive with them. Most of the things that people investing in don't bring a return. That sophisticated suit that's already too tight. I don't know. I'm not European. I've been there, but I'm not European. I can't wear no little tight suit. I can't have stuff cutting up. I can't wear all that. I can't. Y'all listen, y'all young guys. I got a wonderful young man that I'm mentoring, Travis, down in Florence. They can wear that stuff. I can't wear that stuff. I'm old school. I need a little room in my clothes. I got to breathe. Waistband. I don't need no skinny jeans. I got 2 pair at the house. If somebody want them, I ordered the wrong thing. I put them up so high I don't want nobody to see. I had an abdomen pain for about 3 weeks because I tried to put the skinny jeans up. I said, I ain't trying that no more. I ordered me some old folk jeans. It ain't for everybody. I ain't mad at the folk that wear it. Y'all look good in it, but I can't put them on. I am trying to get you to cancel surviving in your life. Baby, we made it this month. No. I want to help you plan out the months of your life and the goals in your life. Does this make sense? Because knowing enough, that's what I got from my daddy. Get a job. Well, a job ain't never going to pay me enough to live. Darling. Yeah, anybody? And can I make it real plain? For you women who want to get married, if you find the right Boaz and don't get the last part of it, you should have a conversation. Y'all can't say this now. Y'all done sign the papers and send them in. So y'all stuck. You should be able to look at that young man that's so handsome and you're just buttery and say, baby, I'm 22, I'm 35. I plan to quit work at 50. What you gonna do? Do what? That's what surviving do. Because that's a new age trend. Women are quitting at 35 and 40 years old. Am I right? Because some of them like, well, where the hell I been? They didn't put that on TV. You still got me out here like a pet mule. Yeah. Listen. And I'm trying to help you all, women and men. And I'm going to say this very, very plain. And I'm going to say this as a 61-year-old man, okay? If you don't build nothing, it won't be nothing. And if you solely depend on a job, you'll never have anything to build. You got to get outside of your box and look at opening some type of business. All you got to do is look at all the trucks that are going around. They started in 1965, 1960, 1959, plumbing companies, all of that. The problem with, you know who I'm talking about, is you want it now. If you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, you ought to start building something now. And if you got a spouse, in fact, I'll say, it's my son. We were coming down the highway. I said, generally, there are 3 stages or 4 stages to houses. You get a starter home to start out. Then when you have your first kid, you get a medium home. Then when you get a promotion, you get another home. And then when you hit it, you get a bigger home. Am I right? Then you sell that bigger home and you take that money and it's part of your living. You downsize. Why you don't get a bigger home at 70 and you can't get up the stairs? Trying to impress somebody. You up the stairs. And my kids have, well, they're grown. My adult children have already told me they're gonna put a one of them little seats that go up. And they said as soon as they get halfway up there, they're gonna unplug it. And I'm gonna be buckled in. And they're gonna sit there and torture me for all they thought I did to them in their life. And then I'm gonna say, then they say, you gotta go to the restroom? Yeah, they're gonna plug it in, let it go about a half a foot and unplug it. And they're gonna torture me. Listen, if you're a young man, if you're a young woman, it's time to build something. It's time to take less now. So when you get my age, you'll have more and you'll have something working for you. I'm not going out here to get on anybody's $10 an hour job. Oh no. I'm 61. I know I'm gonna have some ways. I'm not going to get fired. I done got fired too many times in my life. How you get fired at 61? Well, he didn't want to abide by the rules. He was eating in the truck. We had to let him go. He stopped by the barbershop in the company truck. You know, we have to let him go, Cletus. Listen. Yeah, every 5 minutes he on the phone. You young people, I'm telling you what nobody told me. Get over yourself. Get over your ego. Don't trust your job to retire. Right now, they don't plan for you to retire. Had a conversation, they want you to move, they let you move, you turn around and you move, and then they fire you 6 months later. You done sold your house, you done did all that. You are going to have to get before God, and you're going to have to invest and build in you. And so if you're a couple, this is a time to have those conversations. Because see, when you get older, you may not want to get married because they're going to cut somebody check off. And if both of y'all need that little money to make it, there are a lot of old folks shacking nowadays. Ain't nobody want to say nothing now. He laughing. He know what I'm talking about. Because they don't want the benefits cut off. Ain't nobody want to say nothing. I'm just so if you're young, if you're under 40, I'm talking to you. Yes, your job lets you go in with a suit on every day. Yes, you got a little title on your desk. But they don't plan for you to be 65 when you leave. They don't plan for you to be on that job 25 years from now. So this is the time when we talk about this, and we're going to let you go. Finding yourself, 3 dimensions. Personally, who am I? Find yourself. I'm not my daddy. I may have my father's DNA, but I'm not my daddy. I don't want his spirit. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And when I see it, I taught this the other week, you got to pray against yourself. I don't want Lonzo and Alonzo to come up because they didn't do too good. I love them, but personally, find you. Professionally, and then spiritually. Because here are the stages. We tapped on developing yourself, but I'm going to give you this. Find yourself. Who am I? I'm more than my daddy's pain. I don't want to treat my father like my father treated my mother. And I'm old enough to tell him, I mean, I love my father, but I tell him in a minute, you 80 something and I'm 61. You think I'm scared of you? Do what? Oh, no. Oh, no. No, I ain't scared of him. I ain't scared of him. Oh, I tell him online. You got to develop you. I don't mind the DNA, but I can't have the same destiny. Discover yourself personally, professionally, and spiritually. Those things don't include other people. That includes you paying attention to God and you. That's, my brothers and sisters, where we're trying to go. We're not trying to have a reaction. We're trying to have our lives have the proper response to a God that gave us an inheritance as the seed of Abraham. Does that make sense? God bless you. I'll see you soon. You had a question?